Hello friends, in this session we are going to see quadratic equation questions that they ask in RBI Grade B. In RBI Grade B there will be up to 5 questions from quadratic equations. Some of the questions like 2-3 questions will be from the old pattern where you have to compare the roots, and some questions will be of the new pattern where you require a little more knowledge of the quadratic equation. So when we say old type of question, you know what are the types? In that type of question, we have to compare the roots. For example, if the quadratic equation is x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, and another quadratic equation is y square minus 10y plus 24 is equal to 0, then we have to calculate the roots and then compare those. And then we have a technique to calculate the roots quickly, where we break the middle number such as the product should be 6. So the middle number will be minus 2 minus 3, because minus 2 plus minus 3 is minus 5, and minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6. So the roots will be changing the signs of this as plus 2 and plus 3. You just have to change the signs. Here also, you have to break minus 10 such that the product is 24. So you can break the plus minus 10 as minus 6 minus 4. Minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10. Minus 6 into minus 4 is plus 24. Hence, the roots will be plus 4 and plus 6. And when we compare the values of x with y, this plus 2, we have to compare with this plus 4. This plus 2, we have to compare with this plus 6. Then with this plus 3, we have to compare with this plus 4. And this plus 3, we have to compare with this plus 6. That means we have to do 4 different comparisons. In the first comparison, y will be greater. In the second also, y will be greater. Third also, y will be greater. And fourth also, y will be greater. So if on 4 comparisons, y is greater, means the option you mark is y greater than x. That is our comparison. So this is the type 1 question. We'll have a little bit practice, but I hope you have done sufficient practice for this type, because RBI Grade B, they still ask this type of questions. 1 or 2 questions will be from this type. And then we have to prepare ourselves for the new type of the questions, that is advanced question as well. So for advanced question, we require to know something different as well from this calculation of roots. We need to know the general form of quadratic equation, which is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is called as the general form of the quadratic equation. If I say the roots of this quadratic equation of alpha and beta, then the sum of roots, that is alpha plus beta, is minus b upon a. And the product of roots, alpha into beta, is c upon a. So sometimes you might require this as well. Apart from that, you need to know about discriminant. Discriminant delta is b square minus 4ac. The delta, the nature of delta tells you about the nature of the root. If delta is greater than 0, then the roots are real and different. If delta is equal to 0, then the roots are same. Both the roots are same and real. And if delta is less than 0, then the roots are complex conjugate. Complex conjugate means one of the root is a plus ib, another root will be a minus ib. But of course, this part we are not expecting in these exams, as we deal in real numbers only. So having complex roots is not a possibility. So you should know about the nature of the roots as well based on the delta or discriminant. So let's see some question based on this. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation, then the value of alpha plus beta is. So you know, general form is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. You just have to map this. So here the coefficient of x square is a, and here it is 1. That means A is equal to 1. B will be equal to minus 5. And C, the constant is 6. If you want alpha plus beta, which as we have just seen is minus B by A, that means minus of minus 5 upon A, that is 1. That means plus 5. So plus 5 is the alpha plus beta. Let's see one more. One of the factor of alpha square minus 4a minus 12 is. We solve these type of questions with the help of factor theorem. Factor theorem states that if a minus 6 is to be factor of this expression, then by putting a minus 6 is equal to 0, we have to calculate the value of a. If you put a minus 6 is equal to 0, the value of a will be 6. If by putting a is equal to 6 in this expression, if this expression becomes 0, that means a is equal to 6 will be root of this expression, and hence a minus 6 will be factor of this expression. So what you have to do is, if this is to be factor, you have to put this is equal to 0, calculate the value of a, and putting that value of a in this expression, if the value of expression becomes 0, then yes, this is the root and this is the factor, otherwise no. So by putting a is equal to 6 here, we'll get 6 square, that is 36, minus 4 into 6, that is 24, minus 12. And yes, this is equal to 0. Hence, a minus 6 is the root of, a is equal to 6 is the root, and a minus 6 is the factor of this quadratic expression. Easy? This is not important. This you can solve. This you can consider, because we have just seen quadratic equation will have equal roots if delta is equal to 0. Delta means b square minus 4 into a into c. So here the b square will be minus 2k's whole square minus 4 into a, which is 4, into c, which is 3k. That has to be equal to 0. So that gets us 4k square minus 4 into 4 into 3, that is 48 times of k is equal to 0. So by taking k common, we can take 4k as common. We're left with k minus 12 is equal to 0. So either 4k will be equal to 0 or k minus 12 will be equal to 0. That means either k will be equal to 0 or k will be equal to 12. So that means for the values 0 and 12 as k, this quadratic equation will have equal roots. So option number 3 will be the answer. We only solve important questions here, as it is a marathon session. So this is important. You can have these type of questions in the exams. If alpha and beta are the roots of equation, so you can first calculate alpha plus beta. Sum of the roots is minus b upon a. So minus of minus 20 upon 3, that is 20 by 3, is alpha plus beta. Alpha minus beta is already given as 16 by 3. Now if you add these two, we'll have alpha plus alpha 2 alpha is equal to 36 upon 3. That is alpha is equal to 6. By putting alpha is equal to 6 here or here, we'll have beta is equal to 20 by 3 minus 6. That is 2 by 3. Alpha is 6, beta is 2 by 3. That means alpha into beta, which is c by a. So alpha is 6, beta is 2 by 3. C here is p and a here is 3. 3 gets cancelled. The value of p will be 12. And that is what they are asking, the value of p. Alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation. Then find the value of alpha square minus beta square. Now this is easy to solve. As we already know, 56 you can break as the sum as 15, like minus 7 and minus 8. Minus 7 minus 8 is minus 15. Minus 7 into minus 8 is plus 56. So the roots will be plus 7 and plus 8. They are asking what is the value of alpha square minus beta square. That means 8 square minus 7 square. 8 square is 64, 7 square is 49. The difference will be 15. The answer here is 15. X square minus kx minus 42. If one of the roots of the quadratic equation is 7, find the value of k. So if you know one of the root is 7, another root is, let's say, b or beta. So 7 into beta, product of the roots is c upon a. That is minus 42 upon 1. So that gets us beta is equal to minus 6. So if beta is minus 6 and alpha first root is 7, then sum of the roots, which is 7 minus 6, is equal to 1. Sum of roots is minus b upon a. Minus b means minus k upon 1 is 1. So value of k will be equal to minus 1. Answer option 3 will be the answer. If p and q are the roots of the quadratic equation, then, so you know, p plus q, sum of the roots is minus b upon 1. That is minus p. That gets us q is equal to minus 2p. And product of the roots, which is p into q, is c upon a. That is q. So q gets cancelled. P will be equal to 1. So by putting p is equal to 1 here, we'll get q is equal to minus 2. That means p is 1, q is minus 2. Option number 1 will be the answer. These are cubic and all. Now this is the question that they ask in RBI Grade B 2022. Now this is the quantity comparison based questions. You easily just have to calculate the roots. You have to break 7 such that the product will be 12. So you can break it as plus 4 plus 3. Plus 4 plus 3 is plus 7. Plus 4 into plus 3 is plus 12. So the roots will be minus 4, minus 3. You have to break 8 such that the product will be 15. So plus 3 and plus 5 is plus 8. Plus 3 into plus 5 is plus 15. So roots will be minus 3, minus 5. So when you compare, this minus 3 will be greater than this minus 4. And this minus 3 will be greater than this minus 5. So once if x is greater, once if y is greater, in that scenario, you mark the option for E as the answer, as no relations formed. Let's see one more. This root is for entire. Now it says in the following equation, third equation is the sum of the first two equations. So you can just add first of all the equations ax square plus bx plus 4 plus the second equation, that is ax square plus 3x plus c, should be equal to 2x square plus 7x plus this under root of 14 minus 13 is root 36. That is 6. Then we can write as ax square plus ax square, 2ax square plus bx plus 3x, that is b plus 3x plus 4 plus c separately, is equal to 2x square plus 7x plus 6. Then you just have to map. Map means you just have to equate the coefficients. Coefficients of x square with x square. So 2a will be equal to 2, a will be equal to 1. b plus 3 will be equal to 7. So b will be equal to 4. and 4 plus C will be equal to 6. So C will be equal to 2. Now if they are asking what is the value of B plus C, so B plus C will be equal to 6. Option number C. What is the product of roots of equation 3? In equation 3, this is the equation 3. They are asking what is the product of roots. That means alpha into beta. So as you know, alpha into beta is C upon A. 6 upon 2, that is 3. Option number B. And lastly, what is the square root of the larger root of equation 2? Equation 2 is this, where you can put the values of A, B, C from this now. So the equation will look like ax square means 1x square, that is x square, plus 3x plus C is 2 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation whose roots we have to calculate. That means we have to break this middle term such that the product is 2. So plus 2 plus 1. Plus 2 plus 1 is plus 3. And plus 2 into plus 1 is plus 2. So the roots will be sign changed minus 2 and minus 1. They are the roots. They are asking what is the under root of the larger root. Larger root will be this. And its under root will be under root of minus 1. We also called iota. Option number D is the answer. So as you must have realized, these questions may be different than the other banking exams, but not difficult. They are very easy. You just need to understand few basic things about quadratic equation like sum of roots and product of roots. So let us change the topic to another topic. Quadratic equation wise, I hope you got the importance of the topic, that 5 questions will be there, plus how easy they will be. Or let's see one more question before we go, because in the last year they asked some question with little bigger coefficients, but yet easy. Say this is the question. It is easy. It's the same question that we have been solving, where we have to compare the roots. 6x square plus 33x plus 42 is equal to 0. It's just that if the numbers are so large, we can upfront break those into the factors form. So 42, you can write as 6 into 7. 6 you can write as 2 into 3. Then you have to pick one pair, one number from here and another number from here. So you can say 6 into 2 is 12 and 3 into 7 is 21. If we add these two, the sum is 33. And if the middle term is 33, that means our factors are 12 and 21. If it doesn't match up, then you'll have to change the pair. You'll have to then change it to 3 into 6, 7 into 2. But ours matched in first go. So you can just say plus 12 and plus 21 are the factors. So the roots will be minus 21 and minus 12. Sign changed version. But you'll have to divide it with coefficients. Coefficient is 6. So we'll have to divide it with 6. This gets us minus 3.5. This gets us minus 2. So minus 3.5 and minus 2 are the roots of this quadratic equation. Now, second quadratic equation is easy. As you know, 7 into 8 is 56. And 15 you can break as plus 7 plus 8, such that the product will be 56. So the roots will be minus 7, minus 8, and divide it by the coefficient, that is 7, 7. This will get us minus 1. This will get us minus 1.14. If you compare, both of these are going to be greater than both of these. So answer will be y is greater than x, option number B. So RBI grade B will also have easy questions as far as quadratic equation is concerned. So even if you solve these 5 questions correctly, your cutoff scenario might get really very easy. So don't leave the questions from quadratic equation. Let's see some another topic now. One of the another type of the questions will be from mensuration. Mensuration is not geometry, first of all, it is just the sub part of the geometry. So that means you don't have to learn the geometrical theorems and theories. You just have to remember the formulas of surface areas in case of 3D, surface areas, volumes, and in case of 2D, areas on perimeters. So I hope you are gone through the formulas. Still, we'll just as quickly discuss the important part. First of all, for any type of the geometrical questions, you need to know some basic rules. The rules like Pythagoras theorem. So everybody knows Pythagoras theorem, right? Let's still quickly discuss it. Pythagoras theorem states this is a right angle triangle. If this side is A, this side is B, this side is C, then A square plus B square is equal to C square. This is called as the Pythagoras theorem. This is going to be very useful in all the different type of questions. Then we'll discuss the basic figures like square. So for square, you know, if the side is A, then the area is going to be A square. The perimeter is going to be 4A. And the diagonal this is going to be root 2 times of A. Let's discuss the rectangle. In rectangle, if we say this side is A, this side is B, then the area is A into B. Perimeter is, as you know, 2 times A plus B. And the diagonal is going to be under root of A square plus B square. You just have to use the Pythagoras theorem for that. This will be the diagonal. So this diagonal is going to be under root of A square plus B square. Then we need to know about the triangle. Any random triangle, if you know, if you want the area, then it is going to be, if the base is B, the height is H, then the area is half into base into height. If this side is A, this side is C, and this side is B, then another formula you might have to use is Heron's formula. For that, you have to calculate the semi-perimeter, that is A plus B plus C upon 2. And then area will be under root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. This is called as Heron's formula. So you'll have to use that as well in some cases. One of the important triangle you must know is equilateral triangle. So in case of equilateral triangle, all sides are going to be equal. So if this side is A, this side is also A, this side is also A. This perpendicular height H is given as under root 3 by 2 times of A, and area will be under root 3 by 4 times of A square. This is the area of the equilateral triangle. And all angles are going to be 60 degree, 60 degree, and 60 degree. Then we need to know about the circle. In circle, if this is the radius, then area is going to be pi r square. Here pi is 22 by 7 or 3.14, but mostly we have to use this. Perimeter, or in this case, in case of circle, we call it as circumference, is given as 2 pi r. And then we talk about the semicircle like this. If this radius is r, then area is going to be pi r square upon 2, and circumference is going to be 2 pi r upon 2 for the circular part, and then there will be this 2r plus 2r. That means pi r plus 2r. In some of the recent exam, it has been observed that the question were asked based on the coordinate geometry, but you don't require the complete knowledge of coordinate geometry for that. You are just required to know how the axis works. So, you know, this is called as the x-axis, the horizontal is called as x-axis, and the vertical is called as the y-axis. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. And coordinate means the projection of the points on this axis. For example, if I say point A has the coordinate 0, 0, that means this is the point with distance from x-axis is 0 and distance from y-axis is 0. This point is called 0, 0. If I want to show another point B with the coordinates as 3, 0. So 3, 0 means x coordinate should be 3, y coordinate should be 0. That means projection of it on x-axis should be 3 and projection of y-axis should be 0. That means this is the point 3, 0. Let's say I want to say the point C with axis as 0, 4. So that means the projection on x-axis will be 0 and y-axis is 4. So the point will be somewhere here. We write it as 0, 4. If I say the triangle, what is the area of the triangle formed by these three vertex? So even if you can draw these 3 points, you know, area of this triangle, you don't require the formula of coordinate geometry for that. You can just say, this is 3 units, this is 4 units. So the area is half into base into height, that is 6 units square, right? Similarly, different type of questions have been recently asked in different exams. For example, if I say a circle passes through these 3 points, a circle passes through these 3 points, what is the area of this circle? So for area of circle, you need to know this radius. So now a radius, as you know that this is right angle triangle, that means this is going to be the diameter of this circle. And if this is the diameter, which is hypotenuse of this triangle, so if this is 4, this is 3, using Pythagoras theorem, you can find this, and that is going to be 5. So diameter is 5, the radius of this circle is going to be 5 upon 2. So if you want the area, you can find pi r square. That is going to be the area. So all you are required for these type of questions is the knowledge of axis and how to plot the points. Not more than that. You are not required to know the exact formulae for what is the area of the circle passing through these coordinates, or what is the area of the triangle passing through this coordinate. No, the points will be such a way that you can draw the triangle and easily find out the area rather than knowing the formulas. So just work upon these type of questions as well. This is for the 2D. Then we have to look for the 3D as well. In 3D, you know, there are the figures like cube. So cube is a figure. In 3D, as you know, there will be cube for which you need to know volume. So volume of a cube is A cube. Surface area is 6 times of A square. And the body diagonal is √3 times of A. Then we'll need to know about cuboid. For cuboid, volume is height into length into breadth. Height into length into breadth. Surface area will be 2 times of length into breadth plus length into height plus height into breadth. And body diagonal is going to be under root of L square plus B square plus H square. This is about the cube and cuboid, and I hope you know how the cube and cuboid looks. Cube is a figure with all 3 dimensions equal, and cuboid is a figure with the dimensions might be different than each other. Like this is length, this is breadth, this is height. And here, all sides being equal, all are going to be AAA. Then we learn about the circular figures like cylinder, and cone. Cylinder, as you know, is a figure like this, which will have its radius r and then height as h. Volume of this figure is pi r square h. Curved surface area of this figure is going to be 2 pi r h, and total surface area is going to be 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square. Cone is this figure with the radius r, perpendicular height h, and lateral height L. Volume of this figure is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Curved surface area is pi r L, and total surface area is pi r L plus pi r square. Then we learn about sphere and hemisphere. Sphere and hemisphere. Sphere is like the ball with radius if r, then the volume we know is going to be 4 by 3 pi r cube. Surface area or the curved surface area, they are going to be same, and that is 4 pi r square. In case of hemisphere, if this radius is r, this radius will also be r. Volume is going to be half of what it is of sphere, that is 2 by 3 pi r cube. Curved surface area will be 2 pi r square, and total surface area will be 3 pi r square. So even if you know these many formulae, you don't require to know about the trapezium in case of 2D, or hexagon, or pentagon, or pentagonal prism, or frustrum. In banking exams, you are not required to know these diagrams. All you require is these many and their related formulas. So let's solve some questions, some previous year question based on this topic. This is the question that they asked in last year RBI Grade B. Lateral surface area of cube is 420 centimeters square, less than the lateral surface area of a cylinder. So if this is a cylinder, lateral surface area means only curved surface area. Lateral basically means when you see from side. So this kind of area will called as the surface area, the lateral surface area. That means the curved surface area in this case. Height of the cylinder is given 2r and the radius is given r. So its lateral surface area will be curved surface area, that is 2 pi r h. So 2 pi r into h. And then there is a cube whose lateral surface area means again the area from sideways, leaving top and bottom. So that is going to be 4 pi r square. Sorry, not pi, 4r square. 4r square, because one of this square will have area as r square. It said that the side of the cube is equal to radius of the cylinder, that means r. So if one of the square will have r square as the area, 4 of such squares will have 4r square as the area. They are saying the difference between these two is 420. So if we can take 4r square common, what remains inside is pi minus 1 should be equal to 420. This 4 goes this with 105. So r square will be equal to 105 upon. We can write this as 22 by 7 minus 1. 7 ones are 7. Then 7 goes up. So that is 105 upon 15 into 7. This is 15's 7 times. So that means r will be equal to 7. So if r is 7, they are asking what is the area of the circle whose radius is r plus 3. So r plus 3 means 7 plus 3, that is 10. What is the area of the circle whose radius is 10? So that will be pi r square. Pi means 3.14. In this case, you'll have to take this as 3.14 into 10 into 10 is 100. That is 314 centimeter square. Option number A will be the answer. 314 centimeter square. Easy? Let's see this. There are two circles of different radius such that the radius of the smaller circle is 3/7 that of the larger circle. So there are two circles. Radius of the smaller circle is 3/7 of the larger. So if I say for the larger circle, the radius is 7x, this is going to be 3x. Square whose area equals 3969 square centimeter. So there is a square as well, whose area is 3969. So what is going to be the side here? It is going to be 63. It is a 63 square. So side here is going to be 63. The square whose area equals this as thrice the radius of the larger circle. It has side thrice the radius. So this will be thrice of the radius of the larger side. That means 21x should be equal to 63. X will be equal to 3. They're asking what is the circumference of the smaller circle. So putting x is equal to 3. The radius is 9. They're asking what is the circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r. So 2 into pi into r. So 18 3s are 54 plus something, that is 56 centimeter. Approximately 56 centimeter will be the circumference of this smaller circle. Easy? Difference between the area of circular field and the area of square field is 168 square meter. So there is a square field and then there is a circular field. They are saying the difference between the areas is 168 square meter. Side of the square field is equal to diameter of the circular field. So if this diameter, we say 2r, side is going to be 2r. And the radius here is going to be r. The area here is going to be 4r square. The area here is going to be pi r square. That is pi r square. So we can take r, and that difference they are saying is 168. We can take r square common. That will be 7 into 4, 28 minus 22. That is 6 upon 7. That should be equal to 168. This 6 is 2 times, 8 times. R square will be equal to 28 into 7. That is 196. R will be equal to 14. If R is 14, what is the cost of fencing? So this side is going to be 28, 28, 28, and 28. So total perimeter is going to be 28 times of 4. That is 112. If we are fencing it with the cost of 20 rupees, so 112 into 20, the cost will be 2240. Answer option D. Area of rectangle is 150 meter square. When the breadth of same rectangle is increased by 2 and the length decreased by 5, the area of rectangle decreased by 30. What is the perimeter of the square whose sides are equal to the length of rectangle? So when breadth of the rectangle is increased by 2 and length decreased by 5, the area of rectangle decreased by 30. So you know, if the rectangle is this is the rectangle with length is equal to x. So the length is x and the breadth is y. That means x into y should be equal to 150. If breadth is increased by 2, so y plus 2 becomes the breadth and length is decreased by 5. So x minus 5 becomes the length. Their product should be equal to 120 as the area is decreased by 30. Solving it will get xy minus 5y plus 2x minus 10 should be equal to 120. Xy is 150. So putting 150 here will have 30 is equal to 5y minus 2x. 10 will be that side. So 20 will become 150 minus 10 minus 120. So it will be only 20. So if you can randomly put some values and try this, that will be easy. But if you not, then you can put the values of y as 150 upon x. So 20 will be equal to 5 into 150 upon x minus 2x. That will form the quadratic equation as 20x is equal to 5 into 150 minus 2x square. So dividing by 2 will get x square plus 10x minus 75 into 5. 375 is equal to 0. Solving this quadratic equation, we know this is 75 into 5. That means this you can write this as 25 into 15. So minus 25 plus 15. You can break this. So the roots will be plus 25 and plus 25 and minus 15. You can break it. So the roots will be minus 25 and plus 15. Of course, the value of x can only be positive. That means it is 15 and 10. What is the perimeter of the square whose sides are equal to length of the rectangle? If length is 15, 10, 15, 15, 15, 15, 60 will be the perimeter of the square. So as you know, even if you know the formulas of basic figures like what we have learned, you can solve all the questions from RBI Grade B from mensuration as well. Let's see some different topic now. One more important topic for these all exams is mixtures and alligations. Mixtures and alligation predominantly will have two type of questions. Because the core alligation question, best questions, they're not going to ask this easier one questions that we solve usually for alligation. So mostly the question will be related to mixtures. In mixtures, we'll have two type of questions. One with the single replacement and another with the multiple replacement. So what do you mean by single replacement? Single replacement means from existing mixture, if you take out something and once you replace with, say, water or another kind of mixture, those type of questions will be considered as single replacement. And in some cases, we'll have multiple replacement questions. So let's consider this replacement concept first, and then we'll see some questions. Say we have a mixture of 100 liter where 90 liter is milk and 10 liter is water. So what is the ratio between milk and water here is 9:1. From this existing mixture, if I take out 10 liter, so word used here is mixture. Mixtures are always homogeneous. Homogeneous means once you mix them thoroughly, the ratio between milk and water, if say 9:1, then if you take out something, that will also have the same ratio between milk and water, that is 9:1. That is, if 9 liter is the milk, 1 liter will be the water. This is the ratio between milk and water in what you removed. At the same time, what remains out of 100 liter is the 90 liter. That 90 liter will also have the same ratio between milk and water, that is 9:1. Means 81 liter will be the milk and 9 liter will be the water. So what we learned from here is two things. First is, if from the existing mixture you take out something or you separate the existing mixture, the composition doesn't change. If the ratio of milk and water was 9:1 here, in this also the ratio will be 9:1, and what remains in that also the ratio will be 9:1. So the ratio doesn't change. That is what we have to understand. And second part you need to understand is, if you take out 10% from the existing mixture, 10% of milk also gone. That means out of 90 liter, 9 liter milk is gone, and out of 10 liter water, 1 liter means 10% water is also gone. So 10% milk is gone, 10% water is gone. If you take out 10% of overall mixture. So if you take out 10% of overall mixture, all the components will lose its 10%. That is what the second lesson you have to consider from here. If you understand these two lessons, solving the question from single replacement or multiple replacement is not going to be the problem. Let's see some questions that they have asked previously. So this is the question. Jar contains mixture of two liquids A and B in the ratio 4:1. When 10 liter of the mixture was taken out and 10 liter of liquid B was poured into the jar, this ratio becomes 2:3. So as you can clearly see, this is a single replacement question. So whenever the single replacement question is there, you are going to start your question after the removal. So you know, this jar had A and B in the ratio 4:1. You take out 10 liter from it. After that, the A and B will still be in the ratio 4:1, because as we just saw, the ratio doesn't change as long as you are just taking out. Unless you add something else, the ratio doesn't change. So the ratio will still be 4:1. That means if A is 4x, B will be x. Into it, you are now adding 10 liter of B. So A if 4x, B will become x plus 10. This new ratio between A and B, they are saying now becomes 2:3. So you just have to equate this ratio. That is going to give us 12x is equal to 2x plus 20. 10x is equal to 20. X will be equal to 2. If x is 2, that means this was 8 and this was 2. So the total here, which is 5x, was 10 liter. This is 10 liter, or the remaining mixture is 10 liter. That means before you remove 10 liter from it, it was 20 liter. And out of 20 liter, the ratio between A and B was 4:1. That means 16 liter A and 4 liter B. So they're asking how much A was there. Answer will be 16 liter. 16 liter will be A. Let's see one more such question. This is again a very important question. It is also a single replacement question. So once you understand the type of the question, that is single replacement question, you remember my word that you have to start your question after the removal first time. We have a jar or mixture of liquid A is to B. The ratio is 7:5. From this mixture, if we take out 9 liter, after that what remains will also have A and B in the ratio 7:5, the ratio doesn't change as long as you are separating. That means if A is 7x, B will be 5x, and together they will be 12x. Now in this mixture, we are going to add 9 liter B. They are saying the mixture 9 liter is drawn off and it is filled with B. That means we are again going to replace it with B. So A will still be 7x, but B now is going to become 5x plus 9. This new ratio between A and B will be 7:9. Just solve this, we'll get x will be equal to 9/4. So put that 9/4 here to get the remaining mixture, that is 27 liter. This is the remaining mixture. The remaining 7x plus remaining 5x, remaining 12x is 27 liter. That means before removal of 9 liter, initially it was 27 plus 9, 36 liter. Out of which A and B, they were in the ratio 7:5. So divide 36 in the ratio 7:5, 7 plus 5 is 12. It is 3 times. So A was 21 liters and B was 15 liters out of this 36. So they're asking how much was A. So A was 21 liters. Of course, you should be able to solve these questions within seconds by looking at the option merely. Because if they're asking what is the initial amount of A, so if in the ratio world A is 7, in actual world A has to be multiple of 7. So by looking at the option, of course, you should be able to tell. But if there are multiple options which are multiple of 7, then you have to go with this approach. I hope you understood it. Let's see this one. Mixture has milk and water in the ratio 4:1. When 50% of the mixture is taken out and replaced by 24 liters of water, then ratio of milk to water in the mixture becomes 1:1. So mixture which has milk and water in the ratio 4:1. If you remove 50% from it, the remaining will also have milk and water in the ratio 4:1. So we start our question from this point where the remaining mixture has the ratio 4:1. That is, if milk is 4x, water will be x. And now you are adding 24 liter water to it, because whatever you removed, you replace it with 24 liter water. So the milk will still be 4x. The water will now be x plus 24. And this new ratio between milk and water, they are saying, is 1:1. They become equal. So that means 4x is equal to x plus 24. X will be equal to 8. If x is 8, this remaining mixture, which was 4x plus x, 5x, putting x is equal to 8 here, it is 40 liters. 40 liters was remaining when 50% was removed. That means after half of the mixture removed, 40 liter was remaining. That means initially it was 80 liters. So initial amount of mixture was 80 liters. Let's see one more. Okay, try this question. It says the ratio of the milk and water is 5:4. If 2 liter of water is added, the ratio becomes 10:9. Find the new amount of water in the mixture. So you know the final ratio of milk to water is 10:9. That means the new amount of water has to be multiple of 9, because in the ratio world it is 9. So it has to be 18 liter, because it is the only option which is multiple of 9. But even if you want to solve by a normal method, you can just say if milk is 5x, water will be 4x, because the ratio is 5:4. If 2 liter water is added, the new amount of milk will be 5x, but the water will now be 4x plus 2. This ratio they are saying is 10:9. So just equate these ratios. do cross multiplication. So 45x will be equal to 40x plus 20. That will give us x is equal to 4. If x is 4, they are asking what is the new amount of water. So water will be 4x plus 2. That means 16 plus 2, 18. The answer here will be 18. Let's see one more. In a vessel, there are two types of liquid A and B in the ratio 5:9. 28 liter of the mixture is taken out and 2 liter type B is poured. So it is again a single replacement question. In the vessel, ratio between A and B is said 5:9. From which if you remove 28 liter, whatever remains will also have the ratio between A and B as 5:9. As we have seen, the ratio doesn't change unless you add something else. If you just remove, the ratio will still stay the same. So in this, if you say A is 5x, B will be 9x, and together it will be 14x. Into this, we are pouring 2 liter of B. So A will still be 5x now, but B will now be 9x plus 2. The ratio between A and B is 5x upon 9x plus 2 is said 1/2 now. So doing cross multiplication and equating, 10x will be equal to 9x plus 2. X will be equal to 2. So if x is 2, the remaining mixture, which was 5x A and 9x B, which was total 14x, putting x is equal to 2, it is 28 liter. If the remaining mixture is 28 liters, after removal of 28, that means initially it was 56 liter. And that is what they are asking. Find the initial quantity of mixture. That will be 56. Try this question here. Okay, let's say this. An alloy of copper and aluminum has 40% copper. So if we say the copper and aluminum, if it is 40% copper, that means 60% aluminum. So the ratio between these two will be 40:60 or 2:3. Another alloy which has copper and zinc, they are already in the ratio 2:7. Now these two quantities are mixed in the ratio 5:3. So if you know that this is to be divided in the ratio 2:3, that means it should be multiple of 5. And if this is to be divided in 2:7, that means this is to be multiple of 9. 2 plus 7, 9. That's why it's to be multiple of 9. So if this number is multiple of 9 and this number is multiple of 5, we can easily break this. So we can take this as 5 kg and 3 kg. But problem is this 3 kg is not multiple of 9. So to make this as multiple of 9, we'll take 3 times of this and then 3 times of this. That means 15 kg of first and 3 into 3, 9 kg of second. So by doing this, what we have done is we have maintained the ratio, that we have taken these two in the ratio 5:3, and we have taken such figures that they are multiples of 5 and 9 respectively, so that we can easily divide them now in the said ratio. So this is 2 plus 3, 5. 5 is it is getting 3 times. So this will also get 3 times. That means 6 kg is copper. And this will also get 3 times. That means 9 kg is aluminum. This is 9 and this is also 9. So it is getting only 1 time. This will also get 1 times. That is 2 kg is copper. This will also get 1 times. That is 7 kg is zinc. So in the entire mixture, if you know, copper plus copper, there will be 8 kg copper and aluminum is 9 kg. They are asking aluminum is what percent more than copper. So if copper is 8, 9 is what percent more than 8. So it is 1 more as compared to 8. And if you know the fraction of 1 by 8, it is 12.50%. Hence, option number E is the answer. I hope you got this. Let's see some next different topic. Okay. The next important topic is compound interest and simple interest. So first of all, we need to understand what are the different rules that we have seen in simple interest and compound interest. In case of simple interest, we have seen that principal is same every year. And because the rate of interest is also usually same, so we say interest is also same is every year. And in case of compound interest, we see that interest increases by R% every year and amount also increases by R% every year. And hence they both form the geometric progression. How? Say if I write the GP as 2, 4, 8, 16, this is form of a GP. If I ask you what is the percent increase here, so it is 100% increase. 2 is increased by 2. 4 is increased by 2, so 100% increase. 8 is increased by 8, so 100% increase. So because the percent increase is same every consecutive term, that is why they are forming GP. So if percent increase is same, the series is GP. And that's why they are going to form the GP. So even if you understand this much part, along with the basic terminologies of simple interest and compound interest, you should be able to solve the basic questions that they ask in these exams. So let's see some of the questions directly. So this is the question that they asked in RBI Grade B last year. Prashant invested 5,000 in Bank A for 2 years and 3,000 in Bank B for 4 years at simple interest at same rate of interest. He received rupees 2,200 altogether from both banks as interest. Find the rate of interest. So you can just use the formula. You know, simple interest is equal to P and R upon 100. So in the first bank, principal was this, rate of interest you had to calculate and number of years was 4. So P or we can go serially. In Bank A, he is investing 5,000. So P into number of years into rate of interest upon 100 plus P into number of years into rate of interest upon 100. And the interest from both is 2,200. We just have to calculate the value of R from it. So 100 gets cancelled. So it is going to be 100R plus 120R. 220R is equal to 2200. So R will be equal to 10. So it is like formula based question which was asked in last year. So you shouldn't be leaving these easy questions. You should target these type of questions earliest. Let's see one more. Dalu gives some rupees to Lalu. An amount of money appreciates to 25,000 in 6 years and 40,000 after 12 years. So as we just have discussed, that amount in case of compound interest, they form the GP. GP means first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Let me give you the example first of the GP. So we have seen one of the geometric progression such as 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 16, 16 into 2, 32, 32 into 2, 64, 64 into 2, 128, and so on. So if I ask you what is the ratio between consecutive terms, that is going to be 1:2, 1:2, 1:2 throughout. But if I ask you what is the ratio between first and third term, that is going to be 1:3. Sorry, 1:4. What is the ratio between these two terms? That is also going to be 1:4. Because we are leaving the gap of 1. So that means in geometric progression, ratio between equidistant term is also equal. So if the ratio between these two is 1:4, ratio between these two will be 1:4. Ratio between these two will also be 1:4. So geometric progression ratio between equidistant term is equal. So if we are given that after 6 years, so this is your principal, this is after 1 year, this is after 2 years, this is after 3 years, this is after 4 years, this is after 5 years, this is after 6 years, after 7 years, after 8 years, after 9 years, after 10 years, after 11 years, and after 12 years. If they are saying after 6 years, the money is becoming 25,000, and after 12 years, the money is becoming 40,000. What was the initial money? So this being a GP, this difference here is 6, and this difference here is also 6. That means they are equidistant terms. So whatever the ratio between X and 25,000 should be the ratio between 25,000 and 40. So X upon 25,000 should be equal to 25,000 upon 40,000. So that gets us 5 5s are 5 8s are. Solving this, X will be equal to 125,000 upon 8. 8 1s are 8. 45 means 8. So 15,625 will be the value of X. I hope you got this. The amount received at 10% per compound interest after 3 years is this. What was the principal? So if principal is say 100x, after 1 year, it is going to increase with 10% and is going to become 110x. After 2 years, it is going to again increase with 10% and going to become 121x. And after 3 years, it is going to again increase with 10% and it is going to become 133.1x. And that is said to be 5324. So easily that is going to be 4 times and then 0 0 0 times 40 times. So X if 40, putting X is equal to 40, the initial amount was 4,000 rupees. Option number C. Easy. Let's see one more. Difference between the compound interest and simple interest for 3 years and for 2 years is in the ratio 23:7. So you just have to apply the formula here. 2 years difference is given as P into R upon 100 whole square. And 3 years difference is 3 times of P into R upon 100 whole square plus P into R upon 100 whole cube. So these are the formulas you must know. They are giving the ratio between these two. I'm writing in reverse form. So they are giving the ratio between these two as 3P If you can take the P into R upon 100 whole square common, so it will be 3 plus P into P will go 3 plus R upon 100 into upon the difference between 2 years is P into R upon 100 whole square. So this will get entirely cancelled. They are saying this is equal to 23 upon 7. 23 upon 7 can be written as 3 plus 2 by 7. 3 will also get cancelled. R upon 100 is going to be 2 by 7. R will be equal to 200 by 7. They are asking what is the rate of interest. That will be 200 by 7. Let's see one more. In 4 years, the simple interest and the principal increase by 32%. That means every year it increases by 8%. That means this is the rate of interest. What will be compound interest earned in 24,000 in 3 years at the same rate? So you can either use the formula or you can just calculate first year compound interest. First year compound interest will be 8% of this. 1% is 240, 8% will be 1920. So second year compound interest will be, you just have to increase it with 8%. As the rate of interest is 8%, you have to increase it with 8%. So it is going to be approximately 2073. And then again, you have to increase it with 8%. It is going to become, for third year, it is going to become 2239. Now you just have to add all these three. The total is going to be 6233. If you add all these three, the total is going to be approximately 6233. Of course, it is approximately, and they are going to come into decimals. So all 3 years, the complete compound interest is 6233. Let's see some of the questions from RBI Grade B first, or other banking exams. Okay, RBI Grade B asks easy question relatively. Let's see this one. Ravi invested 18,000 in scheme A, which offers 15% per annum simple interest, and 15,000 in scheme B, which offers 18% compound interest. Find the difference between interest earned. So 18,000 for 15% and for 2 years. That means 30% of 18,000 will be the interest. Simple interest will be 30%. 10% is 1,800, 13% will be 54. 30% will be 5,400. So simple interest you can calculate easily. Now talking about compound interest on 15,000 at the rate of 18% per annum for 2 years. So first year compound interest will be 18% of 15,000 or 15% of 18,000 or 1,800 is 150%. So that is going to be 2,700. And for second year compound interest is going to be, you have to increase it with 18%. So it is going to be 2,700 plus 2,700's 18%. So difference created will be only this much, because 2,700 plus 2,700 is 5,400. Difference created will be this extra amount that we are getting. So all you have to calculate is 27 into 18. Or if you can take 9 common, 9 into 9, 81. 2 into 3, that is 6. 81 into 6, that is 486. 486 will be the difference created. Read the question and try to solve this. Okay, let's see. A man invested rupees X and 2X at 15% simple interest and 8% compound interest for 2 years. Difference between the simple interest and compound interest received after 2 years is 820. Find the value of X. So you can just put X as 100Y. So 2X will be equal to 200Y. So this much amount he's investing at 15% simple interest for 2 years. So what is the interest earned? Interest earned will be 15 into 2. 30% of this, that is 30Y, is the simple interest earned. In case of compound interest, you have to calculate first year compound interest. That will be 8% of it because he is investing it at 8%. So 8% of it is 16Y. And second year compound interest will be, this you have to increase it with 8%. 8% of 16 is 1.28. So it is going to be 16Y plus 1.28Y. The difference created will be 16 plus 16, 32. That means 2 and 1. So 3.28Y will be the difference created. Here it is going to be 33.28Y. So the difference created is 3.28Y, which is said to be 820. This is 41s. 8 times 41s. 2 means 100 times. So Y will be equal to 25 to 50. It is going to be 2000 times. So Y if 250, they are asking find the value of X. Putting 250 here, the value of X will be 25,000. Easy. So such a way you can solve the question very, very easily if you just apply these two concepts, that compound interest increase by R% every year, rather than using formula every time. And amount also increase by R% every year. Let's see one more topic. Again, one of the very important topic is profit and loss. Profit and loss, it's just the extension of the topic, that is percentage. So if you understand the concept of profit and loss with the help of this cycle, it becomes really, really easy. Say, if a shopkeeper bought the shirt worth, say, 100 rupees. So cost price is 100 rupees. He increases his price with 50%. That is called as markup percent. So markup is 50%. So the price now becomes 150. That is called as the mark price. And now if he gives discount of, say, 20%. So 20% discount on 150 means 30 rupees discount on 150. So he'll sell the article for 120. And that becomes the selling price. So ultimately, if he's selling 100 rupees worth of stuff for 120, there is a profit of 20 rupees. That means 20% profit. Because 20 rupees profit on 100 means 20% profit. So as we know, profit percent is profit upon cost price into 100. And loss percent is loss upon cost price into 100. But mere understanding or mere remembering the formula are not going to help you solve question. You have to understand it totally. Understand this diagram. This diagram tells you what is the base for what percent figure. So markup is done on cost price, as you can see from this figure. Similarly, profit is also calculated on cost price. So base for profit percent is also cost price. But whereas the discount is calculated as the percent of mark price. So this is how, if you remember the diagram, question become really easy when you understand the basis. Plus one more formula that you can remember is profit percent is equal to markup minus discount minus markup discount upon 100 in terms of percentage. So let's see what different type of questions that they have asked in different exams in previous few years. It says, this is the question that they asked in last year. Shopkeeper marks up worth of his product by 40%. If he increases the discount from 10% to 15%, the profit will be decreased by 21. How much profit or loss would he get if he offered 20% discount on the mark price? So if I say the cost price is 100x, he marks up with 40%. That means the mark price is going to be 140x. If he gives 10% discount and if he gives 15% discount, the difference created is 21 rupees. That means 5% of mark, because discount is given as a percent of mark price. So the difference between 10% discount and 15% discount will be 5%. 5% of 140x is said to be 21 rupees. So 140x into 5 upon 100, if 21, this is 7's 3 times, 7's 20 times, 20 is 5 times, 5 gets cancelled, x will be equal to 3. So if x is 3, the cost price is going to be 300, the mark price is going to be 420. They are saying if he offers 20% discount, that means the article is sold for 20% discount means 84 less. So you'll be selling it for 336. If this is the selling price, what is the ultimate profit? So if 300 worth of stuff we are selling for 336, the profit will be 36 rupees. That is what they are asking. Easy. Cost price of two articles is same. Trademan got profit of 40% on first and selling price second article is 25% less than. So if I say cost price of first article is 100, cost price of second article is also 100. Selling price of first article is 140 rupees as the profit is 40%. And selling price of second article is 25% less than this. So 25% if you decrease from this, 35 decrease, it will make it 105. So overall cost price is 200. Overall selling price is 245. What is the overall profit percent? Profit percent is profit upon cost price in 200. If you solve this, that will be 22.5%. Option number D. Retailer sold one article at 20% profit and another as 100% profit. Find the overall profit percent if the selling price of both the article is same. So you can use direct formula for this. The formula is exact situation. The formula is profit percent is equal to 100 times of x plus y plus 2xy upon 100 plus x plus 100 plus y. If you want, you can use the formula. But the formula is to be used in exact situation where selling price of first article is equal to selling price of second article. So 100 times of x plus y plus 2 times of x into y upon 100 plus x plus 100 plus y. So that will be 120 into 100, 12,000 plus 4,000, that is 16,000 upon 320. So it is 50 times. So answer will be 50%. Let's see one more. Person sold article at loss of 15%. Had he sold it for 30.60 more, he would have gained 9%. To gain 10%, he should have sold the article at. So if we say the cost price of article is 100x, he sells it at 15% loss. That means selling price is going to be 85x, 15% less than this. Instead, if he adds 30.60 and sells, that means instead the selling price was 85x plus 30.60, then there would have been 9% profit. So 9% profit on 100x means this selling price would have been equal to 109x. So we get 24x is equal to 30.6. 24 one times. X will be equal to 24 one times in 66. Or let it be, just write x as 30.6 upon 24. If x is this, putting it here, this is the cost price. 100 times of 30.6 upon 24. If you sell it for 10% profit, we'll increase it with 10% and sell. This will be the selling price. So now 100 goes like this. This becomes 306 upon 24 into 110. This is 3's 8 times, 3's 102 times, 4's or 2's 4 times, 2's 51 times. It is going to be 140.25. 140.25 will be the answer. Let's see some banking previous year questions. This is the question that they ask in RBI Grade B 2015. Ram bought two articles A and B at total price of 8,000. He sold article A at 20% profit and article B at 12% loss. If the whole deed he made no profit, no loss. So you can solve this with the F of allegation as well. He sold A at 20% profit and B at 12% loss. And in resultant, if there was zero profit or loss, this difference is 12. This difference is 20. The ratio is 3:5. This ratio tells you what is the ratio between the cost price of the article, knowing the total cost price is 8,000. That means the cost price of first article is 3,000. Cost price of the second article will be 5,000. They're asking at what price Ram would have sold article B to make overall profit of 25,000. So 25,000 overall profit means total selling price should have been 10,000 because you want overall 25% profit. This we already selling at 3,600. This should be sold at 6,400 so that the total will be 10,000. So answer should be 6,400. So as you can see, there will be easy question, relatively easy questions from this topic, profit and loss. Let's see some questions from lastly. Okay, so as far as the topic like time, speed, distance, and time and work concerned, there are basically easy questions, formula-based questions. The questions will be mostly from trains and boats and streams. So consider this. In case of trains, there are certain conditions like train crossing a pole, train crossing a platform. So you just need to remember the formulas for that. So train crossing a pole, the time to cross a pole is given as length of train upon speed of train. Time to cross a platform is given as length of train plus length of platform upon speed of train. Time to cross a moving person is given as length of train upon speed of train plus speed of person if they are going in opposite direction and minus speed of person if they are going in the same direction. Time to cross another train is length of train 1 plus length of train 2 upon speed of train 1 plus speed of train 2 if they are going in opposite direction and minus if they are going in the same direction. So even if you understand these four formulas in case of trains and in case of boats, you need to know few formulas like SB if speed of boat, SS is speed of stream. Then downstream speed is given as SB plus SS, and upstream speed is given as SB minus SS. Also, SB is given as SD plus SS upon 2, and S is given as, SD plus SU upon 2, and SS is given as SD minus SU upon 2. So even if you understand these four formulas in case of boats and previous four formulas in case of trains, then you can solve all the question from boats and trains. Let's see some questions here that they asked in previous year. So this is the question that they asked in recent RBI Grade B exam. A boat with speed of 21 in still water travels from A to B. This point is A, this point is B. One boat goes from A to B with the speed of 21 in still water. So if SB is 21 and returns to the point, another boat, so SB1 is 21 and SB2 is 28. The difference between the time taken to travel the distance. So both the boats are going to do the round trip. So once both will face the upstream and once both will stay the downstream. So for first boat, the upstream speed is going to be 21 minus 7 because the speed of stream is 7. That is 14. And downstream speed is going to be 21 plus 7, that is 28. And for the second boat, upstream speed is going to be 28 minus 7, that is 21. And downstream speed is going to be 28 plus 7, that is 35. So if we can just consider the distance such as it is the common multiple of 14, 28, 21, 35, it will be really easy to then solve. So I can just say the entire distance is 420 kilometers. 420 x kilometers. Now while going, the boat 1 is going to take 420 upon 20, 420x upon 28. And while coming back, it is going to take distance upon time. Sorry, distance upon speed. This much time. So if we solve this, this is going to be 45x. This is going to be 30x and 15x. That is 45x. The boat 2 is going to take 420x upon 21 plus 420x upon 35. So it is 12x plus 20x, that is 32x. They are saying the difference between these two times, which is 13x, is 6.5. So x will be equal to 0.5. Just put x is equal to 0.5 here. So 420 into half, 210 kilometer is the distance between A and B. Easy. Let's see one more. Train A, 240-meter long, crosses a platform, double its length in 24 seconds. So length of train is 240, length of platform will be 480. Time to cross a platform is length of train plus length of platform upon speed of train. So we can say speed of train will be 10 plus 20, 30 meter per second. Another train is there which has speed as 108. We'll have to convert it into meter per second. So that will also be 30 meter per second. So these two trains are to crossing each other. So time to cross each other is length of train 1, which is 240, plus length of train 2, which is 200, upon speed of train 1, which is 30, plus speed of train 2, which is also 30. So it is going to be 440 upon 60. So approximately 7 seconds. Option number E, the answer will be 7 seconds. A train Pawan Express of length 380 meter running with the speed of 108. We can just convert this 108 first. It is 18's 6 times. So that is 30 meter per second. Another train Tufan Express running at the speed of 90. 90 means 25 meter per second. Crosses the platform in 42.6 seconds. What will be time taken by both trains to cross each other? So first case, time to cross a platform. So 37 is equal to length of train 1 plus length of platform upon speed of train. So 110 minus 380, its length of platform. So length of platform is going to be 1110 minus 380. That is 730. Now train 2 is going to cross this length platform in 42.6 seconds. So time to cross platform is equal to length of train, which is not known, plus length of platform, which is 730, upon speed of train, which is 25. That will get us the length of train 2 as 335. Now these two trains are going to cross each other. So time taken to cross will be length of train 1 plus length of train 2 upon speed of train 1 plus speed of train 2. Sorry, speed of train 2 is 25. So solving this, the answer will be 13 seconds. The answer here is 13 seconds. This is also a question from RBI Grade B. Train traveling at 100 km per hour overtakes a motorcycle traveling at 64 in 40 seconds. So time to cross a moving person is equal to length of train upon speed of train minus speed of person. But the unit here will be kilometer per hour. So we'll convert it into meter per second by multiplying it in 5 by 18. This will be 18 2 times. So length of train will be 40 into 10, that is 400. And that is what it is asked. What is the length of train? 400. So as you can see, such easy questions will be asked from trains, and similarly from the boats. Those will be formula based questions. Let's see some questions from the boats. Boat running upstream takes 8 hours and 48 minutes. 8 hour and 48 minute means 8 complete plus 48 means 4 by 5 hours. That is 44 by 5 hours to cover certain distance, while it takes 4 hours to cover the same distance running downstream. So while going, if it is taking 44 by 5 hours, while coming back, if it is taking 4 hours, the distance is constant. That means the ratio of downstream speed upon upstream speed will be 44 upon 5 upon 4. That is 11 upon 5. What is the ratio between the speed of boat and speed of current? So downstream speed is SB plus SS. Upstream speed is SB minus SS. This ratio is 11 upon 5. We just have to pick one option from this where the sum upon difference should be 11:5. So as you can say, this option has 8 plus 3 sum as 11 and the difference as 5. That means that has to be the answer. Respective ratio between the time taken by boat to travel same distance downstream, stream A and stream B is 8:7. Speed of boat is 12 km per hour and speed of stream A is half the speed of stream B. What is the speed of stream B? So if we say speed of stream A, in case of stream A, speed of stream is x kilometer per hour. So in case of B, the speed of stream will be 2x kilometer per hour. In the case of stream A, speed of boat is 12. So downstream speed is going to be 12 plus x. Here also the speed of boat is 12. So downstream speed is 12 plus 2x. They are saying the time taken to travel same distance is 8:7. So if distance is same, the ratio of the time is inverse of ratio of the speed. That means ratio of the speeds is 12 plus x upon 12 plus 2x. It will be inverse of time. That is 7 upon 8. Solving this, we'll get x is equal to 2. So if x is 2, what is the speed of stream B? Just put 2 here. The answer will be 4 kilometers per hour. Boat A travels downstream from point X to point Y in 3 hours. So if this is point X, this is point Y. Boat B travels upstream from point Y to Z. The distance between X and Y is 20. If this distance is 20, it is half the distance from Y to Z. That means Z will be beyond X. Z will be here somewhere. And this distance will also be 20. Because YZ distance is twice of XY. A is going from X to Y and B is going from Y to Z. The time taken by A is 3 hours less than the time taken by B. The speed of boat B in still water is 10 km per hour. So for boat B, speed of boat is 10. If we say speed of stream is x, then speed in upstream is going to be 10 minus x. They are saying speed of boat A in still water. So for boat A, speed of boat in still water is equal to speed of upstream in case of B. So that means 10 minus x. And if speed of stream is x, that means downstream speed of A will be 10 minus x plus x, that is 10. So to travel 20 kilometers with the speed of 10, A is going to take 2 hours, which is 3 hours less than the time taken by B. That means B takes 5 hours to travel its journey. They are saying, what is the speed of boat A in still water? So if boat B takes to travel 40 kilometers, if it takes 5 hours, that means its traveling speed is 8 km per hour. So this speed is 8 km per hour. So answer will also be 8 km per hour, as this is also the speed of boat A in still water. So answer will be 8 km per hour. So that's it from the topic like boats and streams. Let's see lastly, to complete a project, 18 women take 4 more days than the number of days taken by 12 men. If 8 men complete the project in 9 days, how much work will be left when 15 women and 12 men work together for 3 days? So we can first say that 8 men do the work in 9 days. So this 12 men will take how many days? So M1 D1 is equal to M2 into D2. Solving this, we'll get 6. That means this 12 men get 6 days. 18 women take 4 more days. That means 18 women take 10 days. 4 more than 6, that means 10 days. So 18 women if take 10 days and 8 men if take 9 days. So write M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2, but this time with the variable, because there are separate, women and men are separate. This is 9's 2 times and 2's 4 times. And then the ratio will be 5 women is equal to 2 men. Or you can write in the efficiency form as 2 upon 5. That means you say if woman does 2 works per day, man does 5 works per day. Using this, we can find the total work. If 9 men 8 men can do the work in 9 days. 8 men, they will be doing 5 works. That means 40 works per day. And they work for 9 days. That means 40 into 9, 360 works is the total work. This work they are doing in this fashion. 15 women and 12 men, they work for 3 days. So 15 women, they did 30 works per day. And 12 men, they did 60 works per day. Because man does 5 works per day. And such a way, they work for 3 days. So they did this much work. 19 to 3, 270 works is done. So the remaining work will be 90 out of total 360. So the portion remaining is 1/4. So remaining portion of the work is 1/4. Okay, thank you for watching this video. So keep practicing the questions like this, and definitely you can then speed up and solve at least the required questions to clear the cutoff. Again, good luck for this exam. Bye-bye. Have a good day.